Good morning. I'm your host, Grief Bacon. We just got here, and we'll be moving next week to a new location. Let's show you guys what this place looks like. Just a quick tour because we're gonna do a full tour video, and we want you to watch both, so let's just give you a quick tour. Well, good grief, this is bright. Doug's hanging out over there in the window. AC unit for the time being. So this is my station, Justin's station. Beautiful about this place is these nice walls. They're flat. They don't have a lot of crevasses. So we're able to just line things up down the wall. We don't have to worry about all the nooks and crannies and stuff. The set was very easy to put together. There it is. And we're going to attach some of these things to the ceiling. I'll give you guys a full tour eventually. Server cabinet's going away. We've got another one in the other room. How's it going there? Good. Cleaning computers. Excellent. This is our hangout area. This weekend we're going to install the projector and everything over here so we can play some games. That's it for now, guys. Hey. Alright, so that's the new office, much better than the old office. I can't think of anything I like better about the old office except for slightly faster internet. This one's cheaper, got way more usable space as far as like the walls being nice and flat and even, so much happier here. Alright, so today we're going to talk a lot about artificial intelligence. We're going to raise some new questions that we haven't really talked about before and try to see where humanity fits into this. First off, let's start off with Mark Zuckerberg. Fun argument here on Twitter between Mark Zuckerberg and whoever this guy is, Elon Musk, I guess it is. Yeah. So, Elon Musk, he's been quote-unquote fear-mongering, which is what Mike Zuckerberg is calling it, and some other guys who don't really understand artificial intelligence. So, fear-mongering, he's been saying, guys, we need to be very careful about this because AI could run off and they could create, you know, Skynet and all that sort of thing. Cyberdyne. We could have robots running around shooting us. So we just got to be careful about this. But Zuckerberg's like, it's fear-mongering. What do we have to worry about? Elon Musk responds with, I've talked to Mark about this. His understanding of the subject is limited. So he's not afraid to jump on Twitter and just be like, yeah, Mark Zuckerberg, this other billionaire over here who owns this entire massive thing, yeah, he doesn't know what he's talking about. So that's interesting. What's funny is right after that, there's some AI that Facebook researchers were creating. They had to shut it down because it created its own language. Now remember some Google AI not long ago sort of working on their own language. Well, now a system over at Facebook designed to communicate with other, you know, things, other pieces of software. What had happened here is that the software was seeking rewards. You know what I mean? Like, it's always like, whenever it was doing something new, it would always be like, well, we're trying to, you know, make this more condensed, or make this more efficient, or make this easier. So every action was seeking a reward, kind of like a politician. So where a politician might want some money, this AI was like, you know what? If we just create shorthand or start reformulating the speech or make up new words or sort of speaking gibberish to our other counterparts, we can communicate way more effectively. So the next thing you know, this AI starts talking to the other software and whatever, using shorthand and just some weird phrases that nobody can understand. So before it got out of control, they just shut it down. Now this AI is not at a point right now where it could, you know, become self-aware and then lock us out of things and then destroy us. It's not there yet, but this is just an example of how not taking the correct precautions and just moving forward without, you know, any worries can be a bit of a rough thing. And, you know, I don't think Elon Musk is saying that AI is the devil. He's just saying we've got to be aware of the devil in AI and make sure that the devil is not the AI. What the fuck am I talking about? Speaking of all that, China is seeking to create a $59 billion industry in the next couple of years by 2020 in the artificial intelligence world. And one thing about China, I've been there several times, and there's sort of this spirit in the air of like, whenever you say like, hey, is this possible? Can we do this? Of course we can do this. And then they do it as quickly as possible with almost reckless abandon. And, you know, people in China even told me that's sort of the spirit in the air there. It was just like a, hell yes, we're going to do this. Of course, that's easy. Yeah, we'll just do it. Can we build a building that'll, you know, like biggest building ever? Sure, we can do that. Just give me, you know, 10 guys and some lumber. I'll do it right now. You just do it. If that's the attitude that they have when they're working on artificial intelligence, and they're also very motivated by making money and also servicing the Western markets, and the Western markets also are motivated by money more than logic. So we're going to have this interesting cocktail brewing where you've got the Western guys coming in and being like, hey, we need AI that does these ridiculous, terrible things, and the Chinese guys are going to go like, yeah, sure, we can do that. Yeah, watch this. Bam. Where's the R&D about, like, should we do this? So we'll have to take an eye out. Keep an eye out for that. I don't know. All right, guys, let's hear from Doug.
If you yell for 8 years, 7 months and 6 days, you will have produced enough sound energy to heat 1 cup of coffee.
This is also a pretty interesting article here. It's on Bloomberg. Now, we've been talking a lot about how artificial intelligence could replace lots and lots of jobs out there, just putting people out of work. But there's also a new way to look at this. Back when the automated teller machine came out in, what is it, something like the 80s or something like that, well, people were like, oh no, it's going to put bankers out of a job. It didn't actually put bankers out of a job, it just shifted the human element into a new department. Whereas bankers used to be responsible for, doing the ATM stuff, now they're responsible more for marketing, selling you credit cards, when you come in, selling the other services of the bank. And they're more educated in that way. So the artificial intelligence takes care of this, and the humans now become marketers. Because let's face it, machines, I mean, do you really want to go and be buddy-buddy with the machine and, chit-chat and joke around about your kids and stuff? We're not at that point just yet. Right now, machines, we haven't even hit the uncanny valley. They're just dumb little robots. They're creepy looking. You can joke around with them for a little bit, but they're not going to befriend you, and they're not going to make you want to, get a home loan or something like that. So, this article here on Bloomberg speculates that as we move toward a artificial intelligence robot economy where everything's becoming automated, humans will still have jobs, but a lot of those jobs now are going to become marketing jobs, sales jobs, influencing jobs, where the humans are expected to come in and help build up the business, sell the business, and that sort of thing. So we're going to have a sea of manipulators out there. So there's going to be 2 different ways it's going to go. We're going to have the manipulators, like the people who just work for whatever company, and their job is to help you think the way the company wants you to think. Lots and lots of marketing. But there's also something that's good that's going to come out of this. Humans are going to be educational tools. So, I think some of the better companies out there are going to be like, hey, you're a human. We just want you to educate people and befriend them and all that sort of thing. So share the services with you. Be honest. Tell them what it's all about. So we'll have 2 different things that are going to be coming out of this. So how do you guys feel about becoming marketers or influencers or information sharers in the future? What are you guys going to do when the robots take over? A team here in Portland have edited human embryos for the first time. And they've gone in and what they've been trying to do is correct some genetically, genetic diseases and that sort of thing. But they were actually able to inject some chemicals to modify the embryos. Now, they don't let these embryos develop just yet. They just test it and see if it works. Before, there were some problems. I mean, they've been able to, some other countries have been trying to do this and some other places have been trying to do this, but they've overcome most of the problems. The question immediately on everybody's mind is like, when can I get my designer baby? Like what do you want? Blue eyes, dark skin? Swarthy? Do you want a swarthy baby? We can roll you up a swarthy baby right now, 17 strength. That should be the rule. That's it. I've decided. You roll for your baby stats. That way we keep it fair. Here's the thing. They don't allow these embryos to, develop into babies, of course. But who's going to be the first to do that? If around here we're held back by morals, who's going to have the most qualms over this? But who's to say that they're not going to be the first to be like, no, we're going to have superhumans right now. If we can do it, why don't we do it? It's the next step in evolution. We've taken control. We are the gods now. Insert some Deus Ex references and have a lot of fun. But who's going to do it first? At this point, it's someone's going to do it, right? Come on. You got to know. Is it going to be the Germans? Wolfenstein? Is that going to happen? In a slightly different way with less necromancy? All right, so now let's talk about some more stuff that'll make us happy. You go to a theater, right? Disney's been testing this technology in one theater, but they got some new artificial intelligence where they can look into the theater while in a completely dark room, and they can read your facial expressions and therefore decide, how you perceive the movie at any given point in time. They're like, are you laughing? Are you guffawing? Was that a chortle? Was that a frown? Are you scared? They can basically look out and see exactly what's happening with their audiences and make sure that, I think a lot of this is going to be to check to see the quality of work, and maybe it's going to help certain writers get more jobs, being like, you know what, when you wrote your script, right where we thought they were going to laugh, they laughed. But when we thought they were going to be queasy, they were queasy. So that's probably what's going to happen with this, is they're going to be able to check and see how good their work was, and then they're going to formulate the perfect paradigm for screenplay writing that James Cameron already uses for all of his crappy movies lately. And then we're going to have more of the same drivel come out that's designed for exactly the mean. Talk a little bit about technology, that's what we do here, but maybe we'll have another show that has to do more with tech one day. So AMD Vega, the Frontier Edition, that what they're calling it? The Frontier, with the Founder Edition, the Frontier Edition. Come on, AMD marketing people, what the hell is that crap? The Frontier Edition, they're about along the lines of a GTX 1080. Now the prices, they're saying to be around 1,000 euros. That's some of the rumors. We're all just throwing the rumors out there. It can't compete with the 1080 Ti. They're saying it may be up to 1,000 euros. That's pretty expensive for a card that only is about as fast as a 1080. Now, this is just from some leaked 3D Firestrike, 3D Mark Firestrike benchmarks. So, who knows? It looks like someone was playing around with this thing and accidentally had it connected to the internet and accidentally published the results. Whoops. Have you ever done that, Josh? Accidentally published something you shouldn't be publishing?
No.
Josh, never done that. All right, we're gonna get back to putting this place together. As you can tell, that's what we've been doing mostly. We'll get more regular content soon. We have had some production meetings and stuff, but we're still putting together the last few pieces, getting the internet finished, running wires across the ceiling and all that sort of thing. So we're almost there. We're like 90%. Second 90% is the next thing we're gonna work on. First 90%'s done. All right, if you guys have any questions, comments, we'll see you on the website. Yes, techsyndicate.com is now the website. If you buy $1,000 worth of stuff, right now I'll go streaking in my shower. This area is well trained.